right.
Hey, what's going on? Raheem Madison here. And if you're watching today's video, I am going to be interviewing a very special guest. This guy has been, in the network marketing industry for the last 2 years. When he first got started in the internet, things wasn't going so well for him, but he found his way through. He pushed through. He paved the way. So I want to interview him today, showcase his success on this, on this video here. And I hope everybody that's watching actually gathers what he's going to be saying here today as I'm asking him questions to share some value with you here on today's video. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. And without further ado, I'm going to introduce you guys to Mr. Braheem Lark. All right, so I'm going to be asking him some questions as we can kind of go through it, and then we'll kind of continue to flow through the path. All right, so hopefully you guys enjoy it. And Braheem, say hello to everybody, man.
What's happening, everybody? How y'all doing? Raheem, thanks for having me, brother. I really appreciate it, man, for sure.
Awesome, man. Awesome. So first things first, man, most of the people here on my channel, they may not necessarily know who you are. So if you could just start with sharing your story, taking them through your journey, how you got started online. Take it away.
Definitely, brother. So my journey started about 2 years ago, a little over 2 years ago. And what happened is that I actually I had a BMW at the time, right? And the BMW was breaking down on me all the time. And it goes to show you where my mindset was, because I had the BMW, but I ain't had the money to fix the BMW. You know what I'm saying? So what happened was I had borrowed like $600 off of my homeboy, and I told him I would pay him back in like two weeks or something. It was the next time I was going to get my check, and it was coming up to pay him back, and I knew, when I paid him back, that like I wasn't making as much money as I'm even making now. So I was like, "Dad, man, this $600 gonna eat up half my check when I pay him back." So I'm actually scrolling through Facebook, and I was on one of my cousin's time news feeds, and I saw a young lady on there, and she was telling him how he could get how she could get people an extra $200 to $300 back in their paycheck. And I was like, "Whoa, hold on now." I said, "This is right on time, because I need that right now." You know what I'm saying? So, she was like, "Yeah, I'm trying to tell people how they can do this, and they ain't listening to me." So I hit her up, and I was like, "Hey, what you talking about? Let me see what you talking about." And man, she sent me this video of a brother named Braheem, man. And boy, from there, I mean, my mind was blown, because a lot of the strategies that he was talking about, like I knew, I just didn't know you could apply that to an online home-based business. So, no doubt, I'm telling you, I had $70 in my account, 70, and the opportunity cost $35 at the time to start. I didn't even hesitate. I took my $35 and I got in, man, and from there, it just my life's been different ever since, man. I mean, ever since I made that little $35 investment, it's gotten me, literally took me on the path to where I'm at today, man. So that's how I started, man. That's how I got in online, and man, I'm just glad I never gave up, bro.
Awesome. So when you first got started, because I know some people that's probably going to watch this, maybe they're not really, they maybe the industry may be new to them, and so like a lot of people will get started, they'll make the investment, but what I find is that people are excited when they make that investment, right? They're excited, and even when they make their first sale. Now, how was that first sale for you? Like how did that make you feel, knowing that you can actually make money on the internet?
Well, I tell you, like when I came in, I kind of presented the opportunity to one of my good friends at the time, and we kind of came in together. So like I hit it hard, like, and I didn't really even know what I was doing. Like I like as I went on, I realized that there is definitely a science and a way that you have to market and build a business online. At first, I was just excited, and I didn't really get typical results. Like my first month, I think I signed up like almost 20 to 25 people really quick. And I didn't really understand structures of comp plans and all of that. And I was kind of giving money away, but it was awesome because I knew I had a vision and I wanted as many people to know this information as I could. So like I was very, very passionate about it. I was very excited, and getting the first sale was awesome, but really what was more awesome is that I was turning people on to information that I knew that could help them. You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of weird. And I kind of started off like really fast, and it ended up let me just put this on the charger. But I started up really fast, and but it was awesome. I mean, getting that first sale was like a rush, you know. And every time I signed somebody up and introduced them into the group, it was a huge rush because it was just like, damn, I'm actually doing it, you know. So yeah, it was cool, man.
Absolutely, man. So that after that feeling, after you was getting the first, every time you said like every time you would get it, that excitement would start over again. But what about the people that get involved, they start making money, and then all of a sudden it seems like it's almost like it's a drought, or it's like slump. Like what is it that got you past the excitement besides just making the sale? Did you have like a why?
Because yeah, well, I definitely had a why, man. Like, I wasn't happy with where I was in life. You know, like a lot of people say I look younger than I actually am, but I'm 43 years old. You know what I'm saying? And at the time when I started this, I was 41. You know, and where I was in life, I wasn't happy. You know, I just wasn't happy with what I could actually provide for my family. You know, I was recently divorced. I had lost a house. I went through a bankruptcy, you know, and now I was back in an apartment, and I just was not content with where I was in life. And so my why was to actually provide for my family and have them live the life that I think that they deserve to live, you know. And not to mention, at the time there was a whole bunch of like I saw my people like kind of, you know, it was like it's just self-destruct mode. You know, there was all the police shootings, there was all these people going to jail and this and that. And so I really wanted to, I knew what I had to offer was important, not just only for me and my family, but for others that I love and their families. And, so I hit a wall, man. Like after I signed up them 25, 30 people, it started dropping off. And like, you get burnt out, and next thing you know, people start quitting, and, nobody's doing what they're supposed to do. And there were so many times where I could have been like, you know what, man, forget all this. Like I just built all this up and now I'm back down to zero. And, but what happens is, y'all, is by that time, I'm already 4 or 5 months in. And what a lot of people don't realize is a lot of people don't even last that long when it comes to marketing online. So I had already beat that threshold. So now I'm already invested. I'm like, listen, I might have took this L, but there's no way I'm going to let this, there's no way I'm going to fail. I can't fail at this. So what happened at that point is I just started seeking out. Like now I'm getting into the point where I'm trying to find a mentor, and I'm trying to ask advice from different people other people that I see having success, and it just took me, it kind of took me down the right road. Like as when you're working toward that success, when you don't give up, it's funny who you will actually run into that will end up helping you succeed, and there's many failures along the way, man. There's money spent. I spent thousands of dollars on, trainings and events and, trying to find a way to win. And then once you do that, man, I'm telling you, it's never the same for anybody. Like there's no cookie cutter way to do this other than to not give up and to actually keep focused on their path, because the way that it happens for everybody, you know, on your path, you're going to meet different people along the way. There's going to be different obstacles along the way, but all of those things are going to lead you to your success. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, there's no way that you can say, okay, it's going to happen like this, it's going to happen like this. It's like, no, you stay on your path and you stay focused, and eventually it's going to pop, you know? And that's what's happening right now. I mean, dude, the last year it's been insane, bro. I mean, it's just been insane.
Awesome, man. That's and I agree, man. Like it's just that persistence. Like you just stand on that journey and kind of just paving the way, because it kind of and it just really goes back to the why. Like I really talk about like the why, the mindset, and all of that, because really 95% of you succeeding is gonna be here, right? Do you agree?
Right.
Would you agree?
I
And
agree,
so
100%.
and like the action part, yeah, the action part is it's a part of the process. But if you don't have this right, then it just doesn't flow in the way that you want. Because if you don't have this, you'll quit in less than 90 days. And like you said, most people don't even make it past that, that amount of days. And so I
Right.
definitely agree with what you're saying there, man. And that's vital. So if you're watching this right now, understand, and we'll get back to the interview in a minute, but understand that you got to focus on personal development every single day. At least if you're watching this, understand at least an hour a day. So like if you learn something, then you want to, once you learn it, then you want to implement it, collect some results, and then share with other people. Because I believe in giving at least 3 universal deposits every single day. Right? That's what you helping somebody. That's what you sharing somebody how to do something, and so on and so on. It could be in the smallest things, because the universe is going to get back to you. All right. So let's continue on with the the questions I have remaining. So another question I want to ask you is, I know you do Facebook Lives, right? You do them pretty regular, and you have a lot of people, following you. But probably after this interview, you're probably going to have some people that decide to go to your social medias to follow you as well. So the question I want to ask is, when people come across your training or what it is that you're promoting, what's the 2 main things that you want them to focus on before they even start their journey online? What would you recommend that they should focus on? Two important things.
Well, 2 important things I think you should definitely focus on is, like you said, why you're doing it in the first place. And having the right expectations. So like if you're online and you are looking to make a fast dollar, you can do that in certain opportunities. But if you're actually looking to build generational wealth, you have to come in it with the realistic mindset that it's going to take some work. It's going to take some coaching, some time to actually build the results that you want. So I would say focus on, 1, the reason that you're doing this, and 2, your actual, just your overall mindset, your overall expectation of what you want to happen, and how you're going to make that happen. So it's actually a few things, but I would say your mindset and your expectation. Those would be the first 2 things, and then to decide if those are realistic. Because I just know, I just see so many people come online and they just think, oh, I'm going to get rich. I'm going to get rich. I'm going to get rich. And it just does not work like that. Like it doesn't, there's not, I mean, if you think about this, when you start a brick and mortar business, a government gives you 3 years that you can actually claim business losses before you even have to turn a profit. And that's with a regular brick and mortar business. And the reason they do that is because they know most small businesses take a good 5 years before they will ever even see a profit. Yeah. So just because you're online, it really doesn't work any different. Yes, it can happen faster. Yes, it can. But for most people, you have a small home-based business, and it takes time to generate the income that you're looking for. It's not overnight. It never will be.
Absolutely, and I can compare that to like when we were in school, right? Whether it was college or it was high school, you went through. Let's just use college. So in college, you got your freshman year, you got your sophomore, you got your junior, you got your senior, right? So in that particular lane, in the college lane, you have to learn, right? You go through your learning phase, and then your implementation is supposed to happen afterwards, where you're getting your job and you're enjoying your career. But see, the difference online is you're earning while you learn. And so a lot of what I see, like kind of hitting on what you were just saying, is some people come in with the wrong expectation. They like, oh yeah, I want this fast. But what I notice is that people don't get clear on what exactly it is that they want. So not necessarily they don't know, hey, how much money do I want to make per month, right? That's and the typical number for people in our industry is about $10,000 per month. When I ask people this question, between 80% of the time, that's what they say. But in order for people to really know like what they want, you got to get clear on that amount. You got to get clear, what type of car do you want to drive? Like, do you have a vision board? Or, you know what I'm saying? So you can really start to tap into these type of things, and you'll be clear, okay, this is what I'm doing it for, right? And so people don't really go that far into it because they're only worried about, I got to get my commission. I got to get my commission. My bills are due, right? So if you come in and you have a clear mind, like, okay, this is what I'm doing. This is why I'm doing it, and so on and so on. Like the process becomes a whole lot more easier as you go along, because you have a purpose for what you're doing.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely.
So like Henny, kind of rolling into that. I want to ask, like, what advice can you give to the people? Because I know it's some people that are probably going to watch this. They probably feel like they've been scammed before. They probably feel like they've been burned. They've spent a lot of money on advertising. They're afraid of failure because these are the things that they've been dealing with. So what advice can you give to those people who are afraid to fail? They've spent money. They feel like they're just drained. They don't know what to do. What advice can you give to them?
First of all, is don't be afraid to fail. I mean, you can't be afraid to fail, because you got to realize most people that are successful in this world have failed over and over and over again. It's the will to be able to get up and keep on fighting that most people with great risk, guys, comes great reward. And sometimes you have to take that risk over and over and over again to get to where you are. But not only that, Rob, one thing that I suggest, and that I have several of them, is to get yourself a mentor. Reach out to somebody that is where you want to be. And the thing is that that mentor just can't be any mentor. The mentors that I've actually, we're friends. It's not just mentor and mentee. It's like I've actually been on the phone with these people, laughed with them, joked with them, been, masterminded with them, had just regular conversations besides business with these mentors. And when you have a mentor like that, you know that what they're telling you is in your absolute best interest. So I would suggest, one thing that I would definitely suggest is to actually get a mentor and form a relationship with them. Don't just go to that mentor when you have a question. Chop it up with them. See how their day is going. Actually become friends with that person. And I know that has been one of the greatest things that has helped me in this last year to make, literally thousands of dollars since January have been generated because I was actually able to have mentors implement what they were telling me and really, really form that relationship and that bond to where I know that what they're telling me is 100% in my best interest because they're telling it to a friend and not just, you know, a number. So um, two things, man: get yourself a mentor and form a relationship, and do not be afraid to fail forward. You know, every failure is I always say, man, things don't happen to you, they happen for you. So every failure that you could possibly have, you know, is just another building block to get to where you want to be, man. And if you go into it with that mentality and you just go into it hard, like, listen, man, I'm gonna get this no matter what because my why is so strong. I'm not going to let anybody stop me. I don't care how long it takes. I don't care what I have to do. I'm going to get this or I'm going to die trying. I guarantee 9 times out of 10, you're going to see success at some point.
Absolutely. So I kind of want to jump into a little bit of tactical stuff, right? Because you know, people want to, they hear the mindset and all that, you know, and I love that type of stuff, and because it's important. But like,
Right.
there's some people that may watch this that may be new, and they're probably wondering like, what's your routine, right? And there may be some people that's already in the industry watching this that are like, okay, how is he able to manage his time? You know, if you still got a you still work a job, right?
Still work a
So
job, still work a
so
full-time job.
so working his full-time job and also managing his business, like what's your routine on a day-to-day basis on how you manage your team and what do you do? What, like, kind of give the people a picture of kind of what you do on a day-to-day basis.
So what I do, guys, is I wake up super early. I mean, when I say super early, I usually wake up between 3:30 and 4 o'clock in the morning, right? Um, at my job, you know, I'm a salary based employee, so I kind of make my own hours, but the earlier I get there, the earlier I can leave, right? So what I do is I wake up in the morning, I hit the gym. We got a gym at my job. I hit the gym, take a shower. But while I'm actually, let me back up. When I get up, I usually in the morning I'm saying I got a Facebook Messenger group for my team, so I'm usually saying my good mornings to all of my teammates in the morning, doing all of that. I'll hit the gym, take a shower, get some breakfast. While I'm eating my breakfast, I'll go ahead and I'll engage on a whole bunch of people's posts. Um, and this is a strategy, but I engage on a whole bunch of people's posts. And then in the morning before I get started going to work, getting to work, I'll put up a motivational quote in the morning. Put that motivational quote up, and then I'll go up and I'll go about my business and do my job. And now on usually on Mondays on my lunch break, I have a training that I attend every Monday, every Monday and Wednesday, 11 o'clock. I'm on the training with one of my mentors, and I'm constantly, you know, I'm constantly learning, constantly trying to get better. So I'll do that training at 11 o'clock. After work, what I do, I have a spot, I have a block of time that I go out and I do my follow-ups, or you know, I engage with my team or whatever I do. You know, I'm working some portion of my business for a few hours after I get off work. So in the beginning, when I really started making some money, that would be the time to do my follow-ups. I mean, I would follow up with everybody that I had spoken to, and that kind of got me to where I'm at now. But I did that consistently. I'll shoot like um, earlier I was shooting more Facebook lives. Like I would do a Facebook live like at least 5 times a week. Now I got it to the point where I can do them pretty much as I feel. I usually do at least try to do 2 to 3 a week. But when I do them, I make sure that they are impactful and I have something to say. And so like when I do my Facebook lives, it's just like, you know, I have something on my mind. It's either something that I learned that day, some value that I want to give. I might be you know, introducing some people to my opportunity, but most of the time my Facebook lives are value driven, to give the people that see me some value to help them out. So I'll do a Facebook Live. And then sometimes I got to go pick up my son and take him to practice. So I'm 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 doing the things that I have to normally do. But I also make sure I have a block of time set aside to work my business in some type of way, whether that's doing a Facebook Live, whether that's doing a follow-up, whether that's helping somebody on the team, whatever the case may be. There's a block of time out of my day, and only you will know what that block of time can be. I don't know what everybody's routine is, but one thing one of my mentors told me is to actually go on your calendar and write out your day. And you actually have to, what you want to do is write out a time of day that you can work your business, whether that be 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, however many hours that week you can actually dedicate to working your business and stick to it. That is the easiest way that you can deal with your busy schedule and actually work your business. And you just have to find that sweet spot that for you. But I find having a time of day where I know, okay, this time I'm going to be working my business. That's the best advice I've ever gotten.
Awesome, man. That's 100%. And just to kind of throw this in there, like when I first got started, I was kind of like, I didn't really have a set schedule, you know what I'm saying? And, I got 2 boys, you know what I'm saying? And, I got my wife.
Mm-hmm.
And so like, for me, it was like, man, like how I'm gonna structure this. And then I kind of was just doing it whenever I could. But then what I noticed is that I was starting to focus on the business a whole lot more. So really to me personally, I felt like I was a slave to my business because I was so stuck on the business. And a part of it was because I was trying to really get it. And so like I was spending a lot of time there. And then like in a way, like if I'm being completely transparent, like I felt like the business was starting to take over. Like the business was getting
Mm-hmm.
more of my time than anything. Right now I would spend some time with my family, but it was just like, man, I got to figure this out. I really got to figure this out. And it was frustrating. Yep. And then I felt like a sense of like, man, I feel some type of way for not being with my kids right now, or I feel some type of way or not being with the spot, and that affected me. So I really thought this was important to talk about because I know there's some people that are dealing with that right now. So once I got to where I was structuring my time, then everything made way more sense. Like I started to be able to have more time to talk to people, and then away from that, now it's more, okay, I got my family time, right? So that's at the end of the day, we're doing this for freedom, right? We're not doing it to be a slave in our business. So I think that was a lot of value you just shared right there.
Can I speak on that? Can I add one more thing to that though, Rakeem?
Yeah.
If you have a spouse, if you have kids, if you have that, because I have that, and now my kids are a little older, they're 12 and 15, but they have a lot of activities. Like I'm actually late right now. Like my son has a baseball tournament right now. That's where I was going, but it's cool. Don't trust me. What I'm about to say will let you know why it's cool. It's because one thing that you have to do, and I had to do this. I had to do this with my fiance is I had to let her know, like, listen, this is what I'm doing, and really, I mean, when you start getting results, that's when they understand a lot more. Than, you know what I mean? Then when you start seeing some damn results, then they're like, well, okay, I see. You know what I'm saying? But like, I had to have that conversation. Like, look, I'm trying to get us here. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm trying to do that, that's going to take a certain amount of energy. It's going to take a certain amount of time. I'm not saying that she's always happy, because there are times, guys. I mean, there's times I get up before my fiance and I go to bed way after her. You know, so there's times where we don't see each other a whole lot during the day. you know, but she knows, but the communication lines and the channels is open because she knows that there is a mission and a focus and a path that I'm trying to get us on and trying to get us to a certain spot. So what I make sure that I do is for the 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 times that we can spend together. You know what I mean? I make sure that I spend that time and that I am 100% focused on those times that we do spend together. You know, it's like she knew this morning that I was doing this. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, she knew I was going to be a few minutes late to the game, which is not a problem. But you have to open up those lines of communications and try to make sure that your spouse is on board with whatever you got going on, you know?
Absolutely, absolutely, man. So I got like a few more questions, man. Not none because I know you got to get to your game. So as far as
Mm-hmm.
income, because you know people they kind of want to hear a little bit about the money, right? And you don't have to disclose it, so it's up to you on everything on how you want to disclose that. But you know, kind of give people an idea of, because you started from where you were just, you know, you were going through something and you weren't getting the results you wanted, and then you went from that to
Mm-hmm.
now what I think you're over, like I think you're like at four figures or something, 4 or 5 figures, somewhere
Yeah,
like that.
four figures like a month, but like over the last year, over $5,000. I mean, over 5 figures have been generated.
Yeah,
So I mean, I think
exactly.
of getting close to this year, $20,000 being generated just online. You know, and
Exactly.
and the thing is, what I learned is I learned that you can't chase people. You know, it's more about attracting the people in the audience that you want. Now there's tools to do that and there's tactics, but what like I tell you, the event that we met at, right?
Yeah,
That event changed my entire business because that event sparked the person to actually come and seek me out when I was going live from that event. And a person that changed my entire business locked arms with me after that event. And it wasn't somebody that I was it was somebody that I attracted to me. And from that time, that's when I learned that, okay, you have to actually become the business. You have to learn how to market correctly. And just posting on Facebook and cold inboxing people is not the way to do it. You know,
uh,
you literally provide value and you literally attract. You become the business and people and one of the, it may be a cliche, whatever, but it's the daggone truth. People do business with people that they know, like, and trust. And so when you put yourself out there, when you're in front of the camera, when you provide value to people, it just makes more people want to rock with you. And that's what happens. I mean, and now, you know, we got a team of over 300 some people, I think almost 400 people. You know, we do opportunity calls. I just right before I got on this, man, I'm doing an opportunity call tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern time. And I was able to tell my team, like, hey, you know, anybody who has the most people on this opportunity call is going to get $100. You know, and so you start just learning different ways to maneuver and grow your business. But to me, attraction marketing is key, and putting yourself out there is key. And I almost forgot what the question was, but 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 I just found that when it became a whole lot easier when I stopped chasing people and when I started attracting people to me and my business.
and I agree, man. The thing that I learned, because like video is my thing, right? That's
Right,
just my thing, hands down. Like I enjoy it. Like I would not rather write a blog post. I would just hop on a video and talk because it's faster that way. So
right,
to me, what I learned with video is that it's like you creating a whole bunch of employees, right? You just creating a
yep,
whole bunch of them, and you got them all out there circling on the internet, and they're all working for you even when you sleep. Because I'm sure, I know you have this happen, and I have this happen as well, where you may not even seen this person ever like your post, comment on your post, but all of a sudden they show up out of nowhere and writing you saying, hey man, I want to do what you're doing. I already know that happens to you, because the same thing happens.
It happened to me a lot, dude.
Yeah. And so it's like,
yep.
it's that right there tells me that video works. The thing that most people deal with though is judgment of them being on video. A lot of people are afraid to get on the video to even get themselves out there. And a lot of people let that small fear, and here's their big dream back here, and that small fear is going to stop them from getting to that big dream. But what I always say is that, because a mentor of mine, when I first learned video, when I was learning YouTube and all of that stuff, he said to me, like, it's either you're going to do video, and I'm gonna put it exactly how it was said. It's either you're gonna do video or you're not gonna make any money. I'm just telling you, he just flat out said, it's either you're gonna do it or you're not gonna make money. Because think about all the different platforms right now. Instagram used to be pictures, right? Now they have a whole bunch of videos. Facebook, pictures as well, posts, whole bunch of video. YouTube is a video platform. You got TikTok, which is another video platform. Snapchat, all the platforms.
I just learned about that TikTok not too long ago.
Yeah,
I just learned about that TikTok not too long ago.
Yeah, like I've been on it for like almost 2 months now, and it's something powerful, man. That's all I can say as far as that. So I got about a few more questions, man. Nothing crazy. We're gonna wrap it up. But something else I want to ask, man, is are there any books or tools that people need to have when they first start their online journey? Was there a book that you started out with that just completely changed your mind, or a tool?
There was a book called Expert Secrets by Russell Brunson that I read. And I'm gonna keep it 100%. I only got about 50% through the book, but I was trying to implement stuff as I'm reading, but that was an awesome book. There was another book by Russell Brunson called 30 Days. Like, if you lose everything, how do you get it back in 30 days? Or something like that. But that book was freaking awesome because it had a whole bunch of entrepreneurs, and what it broke down is like, if they lost everything that they had, how they would actually go back and build it back up. So that was an awesome book. But a tool that actually changed my entire business and a strategy, it was a Facebook extension. It was called it was a simple social tool. And that tool, and now I use a different one, but it's the same idea. But that tool just allowed me to kind of target my audience. And so then when I got on those Facebook lives, I already had the people that I wanted watch me. And then of course, the tool that we have, Royaltie, that tool, Royaltie, that platform actually changed my entire business too. So those are a couple things that I use. I didn't want to come on promote, business like that, but that, you know what I'm saying? But those tools, those books, they actually helped me tremendously.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Definitely. So just so everybody know, Braheem is also involved with Royaltie. And as he said, Royaltie has changed his life. Royaltie has changed my life tremendously as well. And he talked earlier about where he was able to increase his paycheck. So we're in some of the same businesses, right? So just so you guys get an understanding, and they have completely changed my life. One, financially, just understanding like finances, and then the other, being able to help multiple business owners around the world be able to put their business or brand out there and be able to have something that is literally a one-stop shop, which you guys see me, share it here on this channel all the time, about Royaltie and all the new updates and all of those different things. It has completely changed our lives. I
mean, crazy. Dude, you ain't gonna be in Vegas, are you, Rob?
No. Since I'm still over here overseas, man, it's but I was like, man, I was gunning for it, man. I kind of wish they was going for I wish it was December 23rd, because maybe I would have probably been there. Yeah, man.
Damn,
Like,
I'm gonna be on stage, man.
that's what's up. You
I'm
giving
gonna be on,
you giving
yeah,
some value up there?
giving some value and then introducing Cheryl.
Awesome, awesome, man. That's what's
So
up.
yeah,
That's
it's gonna be cool, man.
so.
Yeah.
So so I got about this will be the last question. I think this one will probably hit home. So what do you want to leave with people when they decide to follow you on your profile, watch your lives? Like, is it that one thing you want to stick with them? Like, what's that one thing after they continue to follow you? What do you want to stick with them as they continue along their journey, or if they decide to start their journey?
I want people to get value from me. I want people, like, if you follow me, I don't care if you join me or not, but whatever your respective business or whatever you're trying to do, if even if it's just may have needed to hear that day, you know, people that I've done a live video. My bad, but I've done a live video. I've done a live video, and drive to highlighted route. And people will just say, "Yo, I needed to hear that today," So I just want people to actually, when you follow me, when you look at me, to get some motivation and to kind of get that, to get that spirit in you, just to keep on going and succeed in whatever you do, and also value in how I can help you in your respective business, whether that be a tip, whether that be something that I learned that day or whatever the case may be. But I just want you to get some type of value and motivation from me when you follow me or when you go on my page and look at my content.
Awesome, bro. Awesome, brother. And this one right here, this one just right off the hip, right? What I'm about to ask you. So, explain royalty in one sentence. What does royalty do for people's business in one sentence?
Royalty helps you market your business effectively and professionally.
Boom. There it
Online,
is.
period.
Boom. There it
Effectively
is.
and professionally online. If you want to market your business effectively and professionally, and most importantly, affordably online, get with Royalty.
Awesome, awesome. So, I want to thank you, for definitely coming on the interview, man. I appreciate it. What I want to do for anybody who wants to, continue to follow up with Braheem, what I'll do is in the description box, since he goes live on Facebook. You're not really on YouTube so much, right?
Right now, I got a small channel. It's up there, but I don't got too many subscribers.
Gotcha. So definitely
I'll
go
build it up.
subscribe to his channel for sure. Definitely do that. So, what
Definitely,
I'll do.
definitely.
Oh, what's up?
No, I said definitely subscribe to that channel, yo.
Yeah. what's the what's
I'll be adding some content. Trust me.
Is it your name? Is it
Yeah.
yeah, okay. So yeah,
Yep.
definitely go subscribe to his channel. Also subscribe to my channel if you're just catching this. Maybe you found this on the internet somehow. And also, I'll put his Facebook down there if you want to catch his lives and different things like that. It'll be down there, down below in the description. And like I said, man, I just want to thank you for coming out, and I want to thank everybody for watching this. If you made it this far, in this interview, let me know down below in the comments if you got value from this. Maybe if this was helpful in any way, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. That definitely helps the video. And with that being said, guys, I appreciate everybody for watching, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Peace.
Peace. Thanks for having me, brother.
Yeah, absolutely,
All right,
man.
man. Peace.